It's time for me to confess, and what better way to do it than on the internet, of course. I thought this would just be more of a kind of things that I do as a reader that you may or may not be able to relate to. I had sort of talked about this very briefly on my book talk. I did a video, but I thought I'd go into more detail because YouTube allows me that platform, that discussion. So I thought, why not just do that? And also, hopefully it doesn't make you feel as bad. Hopefully you do some of these things as well, or you have done some of these things. It's just a bit of a discussion, and also it's just to show that, you know, no one's perfect. We're all just human beings on this earth trying to get by for the most part. I don't know why I went all deep there. Let's get into it. My first confession is that I'm a bit of a skimmer. And what I mean by that sounds a bit dodgy. It means that I often skip parts of a book. When I say often, I don't mean often. It's usually a sign to me. If I start skipping a little bit or skimming parts, it's a sign that I'm not really liking what I read. And as someone who doesn't generally DNF, that's probably usually a sign that I should start DNFing, because I'm not really caring. I'm just trying to get to the next bit, or if I feel it's quite repetitive. I don't do this in every book. And I don't do it on books I'm really enjoying, because actually if I notice I'm doing that, then I go back and try and read it so that it digests better to me, if that makes sense. Generally, I don't skim, but I do skim sometimes if I'm not really enjoying a book. I hate to admit that because I feel like I'm kind of a fake. And then when I do finish a book, I feel like, have I really finished it? Have I? Even though I skim parts of a book sometimes, I don't feel like I ever really miss anything vital. I don't do it all the time. I only do it if I feel like I don't really care about this, or I don't really care about this bit. I usually only skim tiny bits. Like, I don't even know if it counts really. I never skim pages. Very rarely do I skim pages, even in a book I'm not enjoying, because then I feel like I'm not really reading it. I do sometimes skim little parts. That's my first confession. I can only ever, generally speaking, read one book at a time. It does depend. I have been known to read 2 books at a time, but I struggle with more than 1 book at a time. I think this is just to do with the fact that I struggle to concentrate a lot of the time and have stuff that holds my attention. I know for a fact if I was to read multiple books on the go, I know that I would start favouring one over the other. And I hear this with people who do this. They tend to kind of then forget 1 or 2 of the books they're reading. That kind of goes on the back burner, and then they kind of favour one book. And I also feel like I would just get confused. I would forget a lot of things. But I honestly am envious of anyone who is able to read multiple books at once, because I struggle with that. Like I said, the most I can do is 2, and that's usually only if it's a brand new book that's come out that I really have to read. So I do try where I can to finish the book I'm reading and then start another book. That's why, compared to most other readers, I do tend to read slower. And I think that's also true with a lot of other people. I think we always wonder, oh, how is it so many people read so much? I think it's usually because they're reading multiple books at a time. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. There's no right or wrong way to read books, of course not. I sometimes feel like people think they have to do that to read a lot of books. You don't. There's no right or wrong way of reading books necessarily. I think you just do what feels comfortable for you. Obviously, if reading multiple books at a time is comfortable for you and you enjoy doing that, that's great. But for me personally, I know I would struggle with that. I just can't concentrate. I would never say never, but I don't know, maybe I should try it. I've never actually tried doing it, but I feel like even the thought of that is giving me a bit of like, makes me feel a little bit nervous. Makes me feel a bit edgy. So I don't think I could do it, but maybe I should try it. But I know what I'm like, and maybe I'm a bit set in my ways. I don't know. But I just feel like I would struggle. I would get scared. I would overdo it, and I would just get so confused. And I actually weirdly think it would put me in a bit of a reading slump. So maybe no. Let's stick with what I know for now. I don't always read the latest and or trending book. I very, very rarely do this. When I say this, I don't want to sound like I'm so much better than everyone else because I don't read the latest or new book. If you are one of those people that do that, good, great for you. I love that for you. But me personally, I rarely ever do this. And that's not to say I've never done this, because I have on occasion. When I feel like I'm going to like that book, then I do it. But most of the new and all trending books just don't really appeal to me. Sometimes a new book will appeal to me, but I just read it a lot later. And to be honest with you, sometimes I actually prefer to do that, because I prefer to do it when the hype's died down a little bit. I've only just recently read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That came out around 2017, 2018, and it was hugely popular around that time. Everyone was reading this book. I've only just got around to reading it, and as I'm filming this, 2026. That's how behind I am. That doesn't mean, like I said, I never ever do it. It's just generally I don't tend to do that. If you know my TBR list, it's in the 300s range, so try and get back on my backlist on my TBR and the newest releases. I don't think I can keep up. I've never really been one to keep up with the latest trends, really. Genuinely, in my heart of hearts, I just don't care. I mean, it depends. It does depend. That's why I always feel a bit embarrassed, because I come on like literally 5 years later or like a couple of months later, like, hi guys, I read the book. And everyone's like, Beth, that's like in 2011 and I'm here in 2026 talking about this book, and everyone's moved on from it. And I'm like, oh. This is actually my most kind of embarrassing one. I call myself an avid reader. You asked me what my favourite book is. I don't have one. I don't have a favourite book. I have favourite books. I could give you a list of my favourite books, but I don't have a favourite book. I used to, without going too much into it. Author is extremely problematic, so I don't support the author anymore. Therefore, I don't support the book series. Yes, of course, I'm talking about Boy Wizard. Harry Potter was a really big deal, and so that was my favourite book series. This is a whole other video. I don't really want to get into it in this, but all I'm saying is since then, since I've kind of disowned that, I don't really have anything. I've got the Twilight series. That's kind of more nostalgia for me. I wouldn't say nowadays that it's necessarily my favourite. It's more of a comfort series to me, and it's more of nostalgia. I used to say, if you asked me 4 or 5 years ago, I'd say it's my favourite, but nowadays I'm like, I don't know if it's necessarily my favourite anymore. I don't have a favourite, and I wish I did. I wish I did. I'm still waiting for that one that just blows me away. I want a book that I have to reread every month, because I feel like everyone and their nan has a book like that, and I don't. I'm still waiting. I've got ones that come pretty close to it, and I have ones that I've really enjoyed, and I do have a list of favourite books, but not a favourite. And I feel really embarrassed because people like always say to me, oh, what's your favourite book? Because they know, like, you know, I read a lot, and I'm like, I don't have one. You don't have one? I don't have one. And that's really the conversation, and I feel kind of embarrassed. Yeah, does anybody else have that? Is it just me? I feel like that is just me. I feel like every person I know in the book community has a favourite book or book series or whatever. I want to find my number one. Find that book that I want to marry and just like be with always. I need that. I need it. I don't do Audible. I don't do audiobooks. Now, the reason I say this is a confession, because I feel like audiobooks are very popular. This is how other booktubers and stuff, you know, people in the book community are able to read so much, because they often listen to books while they're commuting, while they're driving, while they're, you know, doing housework, while they're doing homework, whatever it is. They can multitask. I can't do that. I have tried audiobook before and I cannot do it. I just can't do it. When I listen, I have to just listen. I can't do two things at once. Like I struggle, because otherwise I'll miss what the book is saying. Now, I can listen to music while I'm doing stuff, and I can, well, it depends what it is. And I can listen to podcasts, because it doesn't really matter necessarily if I miss it. Whereas like a book, if I miss a bit, I have to keep going back, and I find that really annoying. I don't know what it is. I just can't get on with audiobooks. Unless it's maybe one that I've reread and know it from back, you know, back to front or whatever, page to page rather, then I could probably just have it on in the background. That wouldn't bother me. But if it's a brand new book that I've never read before, I need to concentrate. I feel like I'm not really taking it in. I don't know, there's nuances, there's stuff that I'd want to like see for myself. For an audiobook to really work for me, I'd have to literally be doing almost nothing. There's not very much time where I'm doing completely nothing, and if I am, I'm usually sleeping. So, and again, I'll completely miss it if I am. So yeah, I just don't get on with audiobooks, generally speaking. I might try it again. I'm not ruling it out completely. I mean, I don't really want to pay the subscription every month. I might try it again. I probably should. Just can't get on with it. But it's annoying, because I wish I did, because people who do Audible, they get through a lot more books, and they get a lot through their reading. This is probably actually why I have so many books on my TBR, because I am quite a slow reader. And this is why, because I don't do Audible and I can only read one book at a time. That's another confession. I'm an extremely slow reader. Most people in the book community, if not pretty much all of them, I would be considered quite slow. And this is what I say, like, to sort of everyday people, like casual readers, they're like, wow, you read so many books. And I'm like, I was like, no, I don't, because compared to like the book community, I don't. I am not ashamed actually about this one. This isn't even a confession. This is a unpopular opinion. And this one, I will say my whole chest. I do judge a book by its cover. Yes, I do. And I think I've talked about this on this channel before. If I am parting money with this, if I am parting money and giving you my money for this book, I want it to look nice. I want it to look pretty. I want it to look aesthetic. Please, can we just have that? I don't have many nice things in my life. Can I just have a nice book, please? Please, can I just have a nice book? Now, I know aesthetic is subjective to each and every person. Totally get that. But if I don't like it, you need to go change a book cover. I know it's subjective. I know I might hate it, someone might love it, and vice versa. but I just need it to look good. It needs to look aesthetic. It doesn't have to look fantastic, that's just a bonus, but it needs to look good. It can't look shit. Do you know what I mean? I don't want a shit book cover. I don't want an ugly book cover. No, thank you. I do judge a book by its cover because why not? It's an object, it's not a person, it's not an animal, it's not a living being, it's a book, it's a freaking object. I have read books that had a shit cover that yes, they were good, and vice versa. I've read books with beautiful covers and they've been awful. So yeah, I know what people say when they're saying this, don't judge a book by its cover. I totally get that. Us as the consumers, us as the readers, I feel like we don't ask for a lot, but we just want a nice book cover. Like, we don't ask for a lot, just give us a nice book cover, just decent. It just has to pass, you know? If I'm parting my money with this, I want it to be worth it. I'm sorry if that makes me sound vain or shallow. I just want it, okay? I want what I want, and I just want nice covers. Like, please, can I just have nice things, please? Please. That's all I have for you, at least at the moment. I did also do a video, I might put it somewhere in the description below, where I did also talk about people's book confessions. I think it was from Reddit, a Reddit thread. But I would be intrigued, what are your book confessions? What would you like to share with me? Please do. I won't judge. There's no judgment here. Let me know. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of mine. Let me know if you do any of those or have done or whatever. Let me know, because I'm a nosy person. I want to know. Please, if you can, if you want to, could you leave me a like and or a comment? And if you would like to, please do subscribe. It really helps my channel. If you're not already subscribed, if you are, then hey. If you're not, then do it now. No, I'm kidding, but thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you, so thank you so much, and I shall see you in the next video.